So welcome to the latest of our KONNEKT videos. Today we're going to look at how you can install and manage KONNEKT. So KONNEKT you can get straight off our website at konnekt.io by following the link to our changelog, which is here under the docs section. So when we go to the docs section, you come to a whole wealth of information here, not just about what versions of KONNEKT are available, but everything around the configuration, the management, and even the troubleshooting of how KONNEKT works. So it's well worth saving as a bookmark if you haven't already got it, because it's a good source of information. So we're going to go to the changelog, and in the changelog I can always get the information about the latest versions of KONNEKT that are available. And under downloads, you can always see at the moment, three versions that we have, which are the x64, the x86, and the ARM processor. So I'm going to take the x64, 64-bit version from my PC, and that will download. As you can see, it's quite quick. The download file is only around the 5-6 megabytes, so we can jump straight in and start the installation. So as you can see, the install for KONNEKT looks like every other installer. You get a nice little welcome screen to tell you what's going on. And then we just jump on and read the end user license agreement, make sure we're happy with what's in there, that there's nothing that I don't like. So I'm just going to quickly scroll down here and then say, yes, I accept the terms of the agreement. And then when I click next, I get prompted for a license key. So I haven't got a license key. What do? Well, the nice thing with KONNEKT is you can try it out for 14 days without a license key. If you want to try it out for longer, please reach out to us off the website. There is a Start Now link where you can go and register, and we can give you a test license for a longer period. So in this case, I'm just going to say no license. So I'm just going to use it for 14 days and try it out and see how I like it. So we start the installation. As you can see, it's quite quick. Obviously, if you have a lot of users, you don't want to go around installing this on everybody's laptop or PC. So we do have various management options there, package systems that we support. Again, because to go back to our docs, there's plenty of information there on how to do it and what we can support. So when I click finish here, what's going to happen? KONNEKT is going to say, hey, I'm new. What's going on? So KONNEKT comes up now and will ask me to connect my Office 365 account. So why is that? Well, without telling KONNEKT who I am, it's not going to know what to go and ask SharePoint and say, hey, let me in, please. So I'm just going to jump in and say, here, KONNEKT. I'm going to add in my account. So I'm using a test tenant today. So I'm Alex. And then we're just going to go next. And then I'll add in my password. So normally here as well, if you have MFA enabled, what will happen is the MFA prompt would also come up. And then we will just go and add my password in again. So KONNEKT now has come and said, hey, I need some permissions. Well, why is this? Well, we're adding KONNEKT in as something new to Azure, to talk to Azure, so it needs some little permissions to be able to go and do its business. So this is really just to read what's going on in SharePoint for the user in question who I'm installing for. And what I'm going to do here is I'm installing as an administrator, so I can give the consent as part of my organization. So it's always good for the first time installation of KONNEKT in your tenant or your organization if one of the administrators can do this. In this way, I can consent for the whole organization, and this consent screen isn't going to come up then for the other users in the group. So I just click on accept. And KONNEKT is now going to SharePoint and saying, hey, this is Alex here. Can you tell me what's going on, what permissions I have, and what SharePoint content I have access to? So we can see now KONNEKT has gone off. SharePoint has said, hey, Alex, well, you have access to a OneDrive, and then you have here 5-6 different SharePoint sites. So KONNEKT has done its business, and we can see then the default look and feel of KONNEKT here. So on the top, I have my general area with my uploads, my history, my offline files, and accounts. So the important thing about the accounts is if you have more than one tenant, don't worry. KONNEKT is multi-tenant capable. My OneDrive is plugged in, and then I have the SharePoint sites that I have access to. So if we jump in maybe into the marketing site, it's a demo site, so we'll see hopefully there's some content there. And I can see all of my content. So it's straight away there, and then it's files that I could go and access to. So for your user, this is completely transparent. As you can see, it looks like the files are just locally there for the user. So we've got KONNEKT installed now, so we want to manage it. Maybe we want to change things a little bit, structure it the way the company needs it, the way we want it for our users. So how do we do that? Well, we have a couple of options. So out of the box, we have SharePoint support through, or management support through Intune. We can also do it through GPOs. So again, you can find all of this information in our docs section under the advanced configuration. You can see here we have a section management options. So if I go to the management options, I can see then I have the ADMX files. So this is for Intune for the current versions. We have information for the older legacy versions. And then if you don't have Intune, well, don't worry. We also support through GPOs as well. So you have the information about this here. So to get Intune up and running, I would need to go ahead and just download the ADMX and ADML files, which I've actually already done. So we can go ahead and jump straight into Azure at this stage. So I'm just going to close out some of the other tabs here from our website. And then I can come to Intune. So under Intune, we need to go and firstly import the files, our templates, then into Intune so that it knows what's going on. So to do this, I'm just going to go down to my configuration policies. And then you can see here that we have the option called Import ADMX. So we have two files to import. As you can see, I actually had a KONNEKT ADMX file in here already. So what we can do is we can jump straight in. So normally we would have an import option here. I would just import the two files there, my ADMX and ADML files. But I've done this already just to save a little time. So the next thing we need to do is actually go and create my profile. Because these files are, they're just the framework for the profile that Intune needs. So I go to a profile, and then I take the option to create the profile. And my platform in this case is going to be Windows 10 or later. And then in the profile type, we're going to do templates. And moving down, we go to the imported administrative templates because, we've just imported these. So this is what we need to tell Intune to do. And then I go to create. And then, as always, we have to give it a name. So make it a name that you know what it is. So in this case, I'm just going to call it KONNEKT. And then we go next. And then you can see here we have the various options then from the two files. Maybe just to clarify the two files, one, the ADMX file is what you're actually seeing here, and the ADML then, it's the language file that drives the whole thing. So with our Intune profile, you can do this in two ways. You have the option to do it at computer level or at user level. We recommend you do it at user level. So I'm just going to open the user configuration part of the file here. And then we can open KONNEKT itself to see the options that we have. So you can see we have 4 distinct areas. So I'm just going to go through them. From the top, we have the GUI. So you can see some various options there within the GUI for the way it's presented to your users. 2, we just touch on the KONNEKT Explorer UI. You will have seen when I installed KONNEKT there was this information about the uploads and the history and offline. Some people prefer to hide that, so you can do that here. And then the tray icon as well, which is a little K that pops up down beside your clock in Windows. Again, some people find it, it can be for some a little distracting, so we give you the option there to hide this as well. And then we just take a step backwards and go to the mappings. And then we've quite a bit of selection here that you go and manage. Just touching on 2 things. The KONNEKT drive here. I know you may say, hey, it's spelled differently from KONNEKT, the product. What is it? Well, This is where you can decide how your OneDrive is actually presented as a mapped network drive. So here you can say what letter your OneDrive should have. And then we go down and just look at the auto discovery for SharePoint. So in this, you can then go and turn the auto discovery on or off to say how SharePoint can be presented from Connect. So if we go and discover all of the files or all of the SharePoint sites that a user has access to, we would do it through here. And then lastly, we just take a further step back. We have then the system settings. So there's quite a bit here for you. Yeah, I know it's a lot to take in. I'm just going to tip on one or two things. First of all, the co-authoring. Now, this is one of the big things we love about Connect, that it supports the Windows and Microsoft co-authoring natively. So this is then providing Connect with the ability to look for your users like they were working on files direct in SharePoint. So all of the protections are there and all of the support. And then finally there in this section, we just look briefly at the update check. So what this is then for a user who would have admin rights, if they can go off and not have to look for for Connect updates, we have the ability here to turn on an update checker that will go off periodically and check the Connect website for updates. So all of that is there for you to use as you would like in Intune, and you can customize it obviously then to meet your own needs. Last of all, we will see then that under the configuration here, we also have the opportunity to add the license key. So again, you don't want to have to go and add 1,000,001 times the license key across your users. So here we can just go and do it straight away through the policy, and this gets pushed out all the way to your users. So that is just a quick review of installing Connect and the configuration options that you can see. I hope you found it useful, and if you'd like to find out more, please visit us at konnekt.io, where you can also get a free trial license for Connect. Thanks for your time.